Chapter 4. The Power of Believing in Yourself and Your Dreams. A successful person is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks that others throw at him or her. David Brinkley. Growing up, I was privileged to meet a lot of people who had the chance to leave Zimbabwe and go to other countries to seek a better life. There was a significant difference between those who came back with their lives reflecting a major change and those who came back but their lives were the same. The difference, I think, had to do with attitude, ambition, having dreams to pursue, and having the ability to endure hardship. I came to the United States believing that life would be better, so no matter how difficult it got or how difficult it gets, I hold on to the belief that my life could and can get better. From the time I was in primary school at the Kurai and Wadzanai primary schools, I was a hard worker. Despite the poverty, walking to school with no shoes, wearing slippers from Bata when times were good, getting rained on during bad weather, I was determined to believe my life could and would be better. I had no doubt that God had bigger plans for me and my family than the struggles that we faced. I have been a prayer warrior from a very young age when I attended the Anglican Church in Section 3 of Kambuzuma Township. I was a faithful member who believed and who still believes that God keeps His promises, that He never forgets, and that He will remember me in my prayers. I believe those things because of my faith. I did realize at the time I was planting a seed in my heart of wanting to do better, preparing fertile ground for a fighting spirit that would help me to survive in the United States. I believe that God, the Creator, Allah, or whomever you believe to be your Creator, created us all to lead a good life, a successful, stress-free life. I believe that before we were born, He laid out a plan for each of us, and in this plan, our path is laid out with each moment we'll face in our life. The people we'll meet, the places we'll go, the work we will do, the families we'll have, the misfortunes we'll face, the pain, the difficult moments, the favors we'll encounter, all of these things are laid out. I believe this life outline is destined to happen no matter how good, bad, educated, uneducated, rich or poor we are. The major importance of this is that we must encounter difficulties in our lives, but what matters is how we deal with each phase and each moment. When I started work as a nurse's aide in the nursing home, it was such a demeaning and gross job that I would never had the picture of myself doing it in a million years. Many people were working in the nursing home when I first came in the early 80s. They spoke so badly about what we were doing, and yet they kept doing the work. I landed this job as a favor of the Lord. It lifted me up from the church basement and brought me to higher ground. At first, I was elated to get the paycheck and not interested in the job itself. It was just a way to make ends meet and to pay for my tuition. It wasn't until I sat down and determined where I was going, why I was here, and what I wanted in life, that this very dirty job became a blessing, and so did the patients I served. I realized that these were real people like me who had aged or who were disabled and therefore unable to care for themselves. They relied on me to care for them. They relied on me to feed, change, and bathe them, and to be in their private moments because they had no choice. It was then that I prayed for the patients to care for them and for the strength to do the work without complaining, without grumbling, and without becoming angry. I prayed and I conquered. The more I accepted where I was, knowing that this very job would elevate me to where I wanted to go, opportunities opened for me. People were more helpful, and I found myself being blessed beyond measure. My blessings, and they were blessings, though you might never have believed it, were having patients that had not spoken say thank you or just hello. I was so happy to hear from them, and I was glad when they smiled because I knew that was their way of saying thank you. I felt obligated to do my best as the person God had chosen to care for his children on his behalf. When I looked at my work and my life from a biblical perspective, taking the view that God has control of my life and all that will happen to me, I felt a sense of relief like no other. I remembered what my mother always says to me, that when you do something from the heart, people are grateful, and their gratitude or thank you is a prayer for you. I have always believed that, and even today, when someone is grateful for my work, I rejoice because I know those blessings will come back to me one day. I say all this to remind you that sometimes we have no idea what it is we're supposed to do with our lives, so we should be open and do good at all times. Then the true you will be revealed. That gratitude you receive is a prayer for your future, for your life. As I write this book, Mother tells me a story of how when she got married, I had a grandmother named Vachose, who has since passed on. My grandmother was blind and she lived in the village in Chiundura. Mother tells me that rumor had it that Vachose never liked to bathe, so no one wanted to be around her or to eat from the same plate as her. You see, back in those days, everyone ate from the same plate. Food was served in 2 dishes, one for our staple food sadza, a dish of cooked cornmeal mixed with water, and a second dish for meat vegetable stew in another. But because she did not bathe, no one wanted to eat with her. Mother said when she got into the village, she noticed it was true. Vachose did not bathe and refused to have others help her bathe. So Mother befriended her and talked to her often about life, just so Vachose could get used to her voice and her touch. Mother said that eventually she was allowed to bathe Vachose and the whole village was shocked and grateful. Mother herself said Vachose thanked her so much that by the time she died, Mother was literally sitting down and eating with her because no one else would. I laughed when Mom said she would sit down and grab her saja and stew before Vachose started eating. She said then she would put her hand in the place so that Vachose would believe she was actually digging in with her. The moral of the story is that at times we have to be there for someone by any means necessary. Vachose was just grateful that Mom took interest in her, and she allowed Mom to bathe her as a result. Today we often laugh with my mother saying that Vachose is pouring blessings upon us from heaven. Vachose used to sing a song. She said, "Ndichanotaura kudenga kuti pasi pane dance," which means that when she gets to heaven, she's going to report that all they do on earth is dance and have fun. You'll have to hear me sing that song. It is hilarious. And I was able to hear her sing it before she died. I remember the song very well. One good thing is that it is never too late to start doing good, to start living from the heart, to start dreaming, to start serving others and doing what you do from the heart, as well as loving from the heart. The key is to believe in what makes you feel good and makes you feel happy. To believe that your willingness to take risks, to take opportunities that come your way, and to work hard towards getting what you want will bring you the rewards you deserve. When you find yourself becoming discouraged with some part of your current personal or professional life, ask yourself what you believe in. Life will give you what you ask of it, what you believe you deserve. The key is to wholeheartedly pursue your life's goals with an open mind, believing that you can change your life at any moment. Your hard work will be rewarded. How do I know? Because I have studied, read about, and met people like you and me who have done well in life only because they had a dream, they believed, and they worked hard. Many people I have coached and advised have said to me that it is easier for some because some people have not had a past like theirs. Yes, some have had a past that was difficult, a past full of painful memories of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse. It is difficult to cope with this past. It requires a lot of effort to work through the pain, but the good news is that it is possible to overcome these memories and to live a purposeful life. The important thing to remember is you have to make up your mind to work at ridding yourself of these defeating emotions, feelings, and memories. I've had people come to me and ask for us to pray for openness before we start therapy because they feel they might sabotage their own healing. So whatever it takes, commit yourself to defeating the inner pains that have prevented you from believing and dreaming. Lessons learned. It is very important, very important to have an idea of what you desire in life, of what your dream is. It is important to create and pursue a dream no matter your age, because as long as we are alive, we can dream, we can believe, and we can pursue our dream. I have heard before that if you imagine yourself on top of a mountain, you can choose to wing your way towards the clouds, or you can simply walk the usually ordinary paths that lead to the valley below. I now know that the sky is not a limit. There are no limits. We can do whatever we want to do, be whoever we want to be, as long as we believe and act diligently towards achieving what we want. There will no doubt be difficult times ahead. There will be situations that will take you away from doing what you want to do. You will face illness, marriage problems, challenges with raising children, financial challenges, infertility, lack of love, drug or alcohol use, jail time, or eviction. These things happen. They all can happen to the best of us. They may at times seem to be so great to handle, and doubt and fear will strengthen your belief that it is too much to face. But your faith and the knowledge that others have overcome these challenges will pull you through. A dose of motivation. It is the courage, the belief, the determination, the willingness to face challenges, and the willingness to take chances that will ease your life, give you what you want, and better your situation. It's not about having everything going right at all times. It is about facing whatever goes wrong with the faith that this too shall pass. It's about having the determination to go on in spite of the obstacles in your way, to save time if you have to go through life's storms when you're faced with them, because there'll be a time when all is well and the storms finally pass by. Know that you are bigger than the moment. However terrible it is, you have everything within you to deal with any situation that comes your way. And when it seems too much to handle, surrender to a higher power and be still. It's not where you stand or where your life is at the moment that is important. It's where you're going that really, truly matters. That is why it is critical to determine where you're going. My mother's tears and prayers helped me set sail. I created my dream life when I heard my mother saying, "Lord, let my pain, suffering, and tears be a blessing to my children." My path has been ordained and blessed, but it was and is up to me to work at getting all that she prayed for. I believe with all my heart that God heard those prayers and will reward all of us children for those times Mother cried out to God. I believe God is not done blessing us yet. The questions you should ask yourself are, what do you believe in? What dreams and wishes for your life do you have? Your path too has been prayed for, as I have yet to see any mother who does not pray for her children. All mothers openly or secretly pray for their children. So your path has been prayed for too. Believe and trust that your life will get better, that it can get better because it's true. It's not about understanding why something happened, why someone would have done what they did. It's about rising above all that happened. It's about being able to believe in your heart of hearts that there'll always be more good than bad in this world. They are and they will be good, trustworthy people around you. Remember, we only have today, and tomorrow is not promised to any of us. However, if we live to the best of our ability, tomorrow will bring new, exciting opportunities. This is your life. Take the power to choose what you will do with it. Choose to dream big, do big, and love big. You and only you can control your happiness and your achievements in life. Make it a worthwhile journey.